Hello and welcome to the Intellectuals Variety Hour. I'm your host, Spencer Samuel, and I can promise today we got a good show for you tonight, folks. That's right, today we're talking nobility. Composed in the age of Zhao, the Shu Jin, otherwise known as the Book of Documents, follows Yi Yin as he gives advice to his new young king. According to the story behind the document, after the old king died, Yi Yin took it upon himself to instruct the new king in the ways and duties of kingship. For today's first fundamental cultural assumption, a good king must always display prowess and sincerity for the sake of the land and everyone in it. Otherwise, all will suffer calamities from the heavens! The previous King Shang substituted oppression with gentle generosity, and not resisting the wisdom of the ancients, but rather conforming to it, and displaying intelligence, wisdom, and respect to everyone around him. But before we compare these fundamental cultural assumptions to our next FSCA, we have a special message from our sponsor. Today's episode of the Intellectuals Variety Hour is brought to you by Who Killed Captain Alex, in theaters everywhere this Friday. Let's roll the clip. Our second FSCA comes from the writing of Herodotus. Following God King Xerxes, his name's not God King Xerxes in real life. For today's second FSCA, we delve into the writing of Herodotus as he sought to document the leading events of the Persian Wars. Following his conquest of Egypt, King Xerxes of Persia leads a conference with the leading men of his armies.
Sup, bros? I'm King Xerxes, leader of Persia. There are two things I've learned as king. One, if you see some nar waves, you gotta crush 'em, my dude. And second, you can never be inferior to your predecessor. Like my predecessor, my father, Darius the Great. Look at me now, Dad.
That's right. Xerxes thought what meant being a good king was seizing more power and might for Persia from others than anyone else before him. Xerxes defined superior in the same context that he defined inferior, as exemplified by this quote. And now I have at last found a way to win for Persia, not glory only, but a country as large and as rich as our own, indeed richer than our own, and at the same time to get satisfaction and revenge. Now, as you've seen today, King Xerxes of Persia defines kingship, good kingship specifically, as something more akin to conquering for the glory of Persia, whereas Yi Yin, on the other hand, defines good kingship as someone who commands respect, with sincerity and intelligence. However, we here at the Intellectuals Variety Hour believe the answer lies somewhere in between.